It is I, the Reverend Victor S. Johnson. I've been places you've only read about. And this, as always, is my co-host and producer, Dudley. That's right, this is by like a major road. Anyway, welcome to Laurel Hill Cemetery, Western Philadelphia. A grand, beautiful, 70-something sprawling estate built on a hill because, well, we had a bit of a problem with burial places prior to 1836, usually involving flooding, so John J. Smith decides we need something on a hill. Now, I'm not going to go into the history. There are history tours of this cemetery. We're going to do a little grave spotting, see who we can come across, be it a big, majestic grave, a famous person, or both. Speaking of famous people. From the film Rocky Balboa, they keep the Adrian Balboa marker right up front. This is, again, on the tours. As well as from the movie Creed. You have Paulie's grave, too. So, number one, no one's buried here. These are set off to the side so people can find them. These are not the original filming locations. We're going to try to find those today as we go on, as well as some other filming locations. And again, there is that tour within the cemetery, and I promise I'm moving away from the road. Furthermore, they are currently renovating the cemetery, so I apologize for all the noise. We'll try and get quieter as we go on. We'll be at this one for a while, so enjoy. It's been a while since I've gotten out to Philadelphia. But a lot of these markers are quite grand. This is prime real estate in the afterlife, if you can believe it, at least in Philadelphia. I should go more into the messed up burials in Philadelphia as they happened. I'm going to actually head into the cemetery and try and traverse it because these are service roads. I'll just hopefully remember how I get back to the museum office. Yes, there is a museum, but we got to find some graves. And I want to stay out of the way of the service people. Oop. Let me try and get that. Sorry, I'm on the gimbal again. So this will happen from time to time. New phone, same old gimbal. There we go. All right, there are a few notable famous people buried here. I might just disconnect from the gimbal if it keeps doing this. I think it'd lock in place. Yes, there I am. There we go. All right. Now, I saw some majestic ones as I drove in here. I want to try to get to those. But there are a few, as I said, celebrities to different degrees that I want to try and come across. Okay, there we go. By the way, hello again. I am going to disconnect the gimbal, I believe. That was not intentional. One moment. There we go. I think I handled that well. Let me shut this thing off. Ugh. There we go. All right. Now we're getting to some of the bigger stuff. Again, we're going to be overlooking the hello, Amethyst. We're going to be overlooking the Schuylkill River very soon. see here. And I feel that doing this is actually a good way to burn calories during lunch. The Bullen family vault. Going all the way back to being born in 1795. They were actually among the first in the cemetery, funny enough. Beautiful marker. Okay. Apologies for that. Try not to get anyone's license plates. By the way, that off in the distance, that is actually down the hill, funny enough. See what else we can find in here. Lovely little section. We will move on further. Ow. Sorry, I hit my elbow on a wall. We have an old hearse we're going to come up on. Have a look at that real quick. Neat. Now there's at least one marker in particular I'm looking for over here. We already saw the props from the film, well, from the films Rocky Balboa and then Creed. Nice little monuments. I want to see if we can find a particular memorial around here. And then anything after that is a bonus. Monument to Alfred Baker. Ooh. Now, here was, I believe, Gerard Butler's wife's grave from the film Law-Abiding Citizen in 2009, which I remember they shot here. It was an F. Gary Gray movie. Right on the spot. Neat. You got the bridge traffic over there and everything. That's right here, so we found that. See what else we can come up with. I've seen the Law-Abiding Citizen filming location before. Actually, I've been here once, but I had never actually seen the Rocky graves, of all things. Not until like now. I didn't realize they were like up at the front, and I think it's cool, like kind of doing a little hunt in a cemetery, especially as a good way to exercise. stop and look at some stuff. James Murphy and his wife. Well, the whole family. Let's see what else we can come up with. Marshall Schwartzwelder. Huh. Right. There, now this is relaxing. Okay. We're coming up on a good marker with a statue. We're going to take a look at that. Just a moment. Lieutenant Colonel Maurice Fagan in the 19th Pennsylvania Cavalry of the Civil War. And Captain Louis E. Fagan. Let me get my keys out. This is William Grissom and family. Now that is a marker. Now down there, the lover of art would maybe have seen the art museum back in the day. Maybe. 1868. No, he wouldn't have known it was there. Way past his time, but a very nice statue nonetheless. Alright, let's see who else we come across. That's a big one. Couple of them. We're gonna head over there. By the way, down here is Kelly Drive. That's what we run our 5Ks up, leading towards the Manioc area. Specifically, this is East Falls, looking over Manioc. You're okay, Kristen. I know you're at work. Here's a cherry blossom tree for you. But I'm doing some grave spotting down in Philadelphia at Laurel Hill Cemetery. The K-Halls. Now that's interesting. Hold on. I've got to get that on camera. By the way, greetings from East Falls, Philadelphia. Oh, that's very sweet. Never Let Pain Blow You Away by Morgan, age 13. There you go. Take something home today, folks. But we get to go see either the coolest bench or coolest art installation I'm going to see today. How neat. Reisman and Halterman. Here is a tree dedicated in memory to someone. Lisa Maxine Reisman Halterman. Black Tupelo. I'll see, now that's cool. This is what Florio and KK and I were kind of talking about last night. I had brought up death as an industry, and then we sort of got into the Victorian era about how death was something to be celebrated as it's a part of life, in a way. The Rotand. I want to say that I've been to this place before, on account of the fact that the marker sticks out, and there's also a little hawk in the sky there. There's also an anchor. Let's see what else we've got. So we continue on. By the way, I hope everyone is doing okay out there today. I will be back. Wait a minute. David Milne. Let me look at this real quick. I wonder if this is related to Alexander Milne Caldner, who was of Scottish descent, as you can see, Aberdeen, Scotland. Alexander Milne Caldner built these statues, well, sculpted them, that are down at our city hall. And there are a lot. I actually forget the number. Wow. We'll continue on. I know Alexander Milne Caldner has a sculpture in this cemetery somewhere. I read about it, but I don't know if I'll find it. As we keep looking. All right. Again, I hope everyone is having a great day. I was about to say, before I stumbled onto that by accident, I'm working on a new But Isn't Haunted, and I'm going to start on a new road trips to elsewhere. Things have calmed down in a way, so I can record, which is good. I hate recording under duress. It's not good for you nor me. Let's see what else we've got. Confederate flag. Neat. Alright, let's see who else we could find. I'm going to get back onto the sidewalk, walking path over here. So we take a look down at East Falls. It is a lovely day. It is still very cold, so I am glad that I don't have the camera cutting back to me and my red face every now and then. It's only April. You know, I figured it'd be warmer now. It's supposed to be warmer tomorrow, but raining and can't get a break yet. Sure, when it's 102 degrees in Philadelphia, I'll hate myself again. And let's see what we can find. All right. Let's see what we have. Very cool area. And we press on. So yeah, I'm going to cover more of my trip to, that's really cool, I think, unintentionally or maybe, Horace Needham Cancross. It looks like fungus is growing off it. We're going to get back to the programs this week. I don't do well in the cold, folks. It tends to be a bad time up here because I can't really go anywhere. So I've got the rest of the St. Augustine stuff still to put out, as well as be heading to West Virginia next week with some friends of mine to do additional content. Well, among other reasons. If you hear me drawing a breath, again, I am asthmatic, hiking up a hill, but who doesn't need the exercise? By the way, I got my physical back today. I'm doing well. Lowest numbers I've had in years, lowest bad numbers. AMH altar. Neat. Stewart Wyeth. There's also Thomas McCain, who was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence somewhere in here. If we can find him, that'd be cool. We're gonna see. But I've actually covered the west part of Laurel Hill, I think. So we're gonna try to head back to the east part. See if we can find what I'm looking for, specific. Very nice. Felon family, as well as William P. Hill. By the way, again, welcome to East Falls. Lovely neighborhood. Used to be a rental agent under a different name. in this area. All right. So we are gonna head back. Like, oddly enough, cemeteries are like really difficult for me to navigate. I can navigate any road in this country, like any town, anywhere. In a cemetery, I just get lost. Because, like, and funny enough, I used to work in a cemetery. Like, I understand how the rows and plots are laid out. Still never clicked. So, let's see here. The Harpers, Anne and Virginia, as well as Elizabeth. What a great marker that used to be. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. So, for the benefit of those who may have missed it earlier, I'm gonna head back. Because I gotta throw. Well, now I'll keep this on me. But I have to. We've actually traversed, again, the western quadrant together. Now we gotta see what's east. But that over there is the museum and the main gate, currently undergoing renovations over here. So you're gonna hear a bit of construction as we continue. But I'll show you the rocky graves again. So we head down this little guy. I also don't want to step on any tour guide because they give tours here, like paid tours. I don't know if that goes to anything or whatnot. I don't want to screw up a tour guide's code. So I'll pop around the corner. In fact, I'm gonna stop at the gatehouse real quick. This is it. Built in 1836 by John Nothman. Give me one moment. I'm at my car, in case you didn't hear. Just gonna throw the gimbal inside. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got. Try to lock that up. They have restrooms, some of the only restrooms in Philadelphia, true story. But we're going to go to another filming part of this cemetery coming up. For those of you who missed it at the beginning, this is the Adrian Balboa / Paulie Panino graves, the props from the movie. Yo, Adrian, thank you. And there you go, Paulie. So, off we continue. They were more, again, towards the back of the cemetery where we just were, overlooking the hill, as opposed to right up there by the gatehouse. Everybody wants to see them, so they're just like, let's make it easy. So, we traveled west. It's time to travel east. And again, I'm looking for at least one grave in particular. This looks like the older section, but I could be wrong. We're gonna head down the service road It's really a road you come in to get up here when you can't get to the gate. Let's see what we can find. Mary West. Emma Randall. Again, 1836, folks. It's an old one. The Freeman plot. Okay, Laura Hughes Hutchinson. Okay. Currently work is going on. Again, I don't want to interfere with anyone. So I'm just going to keep. Also, I've proven it before, but if you hear music in the background of the lives, I get like pain for that. Andrew Harold Thriller. 1862 to 19. Wow, 02. I misread a lot of that at first. I was like looking. I thought it said 1662 to 1962, and I'm like, wow, man. John Beck. Oh, there we go. A lot of downhill now. A lot of downhill. So that's a vault with a lot of splits in it. I think there's a famous grave down there. I can kind of see it, but I'm going to venture in. Try to take the high ground again. Just keep on walking. By the way, thank you to Florio and KK. Last night I did the fireside chat for Florio's Phantom Files. It was very fun. There's a good one. I'll try to get over to that. See what we've got. I literally have no idea. It's boss. You have that big of a monument. Someone something as Pepper. Weird. And this is the Pepper area, George. Well, let's continue on. There's a walking path up here I'm gonna look at. That's it. The soul leaving the sarcophagus. This was done by Alexander Milne Caldwell. This was done by the guy who did the William Penn statue down at City Hall. Wow. William Warner. Let's get to the side of that. Found that. Dude, really cool. Alright, we're gonna press on. Ooh, we have a new section coming up. There's a big one. Robert Cornelius. I don't know him, and I did not download the tour. I will look it up. Well, wow. Someone put a folding chair over there It's kind of what we were talking about last night. Very interesting. Can't believe we found that before we found the actual marker I was looking for. But we'll see if we can find it. Let's have a look. I'm getting a workout in, which is good. This is great cardio, something I want to touch upon in another piece of media. I don't know when or what. Something I've been noodling with. There she is. The city's water supply, the Schuylkill River. It didn't used to be brown. Best I can say for it. And that's James Elverson. And we're gonna keep walking. I have a downhill momentum now and I don't want to lose it. It was a mess getting up that hill earlier, although I have to get in shape. I'm going to try to climb Glastonbury, well not climb, hike Glastonbury Mountain again this year in another month. Hint, hint, that's probably what the road trip elsewhere is going to be about. All right. Now I'm going to give this about another 25 minutes or so. If I don't see the marker I'm looking for, Augusta Stevenson, by the way, if I don't see the marker I'm looking for, we're going to call it. Whew, another big one. And I want to thank those of you who both tuned in earlier and are still here. Got another cool marker I can see down the way. We're going to see. This is supposed to be. Now, I get mixed to bad results in most cemeteries. It has to be like really, really haunted, like Union Cemetery, I feel is. So as a result, I don't have my gear. Maybe I'll come back, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Because I wouldn't have to go very deep, and there's plenty of benches. Just not when it's this cold. All right. Ooh, the Whartons. Neat. And we press on. Now that's interesting, or did I already come down this way? I think I did. Yeah, it's the statue of the guy. No, it's a different statue, because the guy has both feet. How weird. Let's take a look here. Yeah, another one of these statues. Got me all turned around. Once again, greetings from the Schuylkill River. Robert Patterson. All right. This is a lot of graveyard to look through, even through a, cemetery. The difference, once again, between a graveyard and a cemetery, a graveyard is attached to a church. Otherwise, you have your cemeteries, your where we're at right now, your burial grounds, things among those natures. Hey, we have a little marker down there. Henry Diston. Let's have a look. Man, there's another hill up there. I'm not gonna make that. We're gonna try to figure that out, but I'm not gonna make that. Ugh. So yeah, we'll give it, oh, Millionaire's Row. How quaint. Henry Diston, as you can see. The Widener family. The people who own Linwood Hall, which is that giant mansion up just northwest of here in Cheltenham, northeast, excuse me, that is also haunted, that may open soon. Incredible. And like, even if I had all the money in the world, I don't see the point of this. You know, I would, again, as I kind of said last night, I want my death to be a weird spectacle. Like, I want my ashes scattered in places all over the United States, and maybe like there's a buried treasure or something, which I'll figure out. I'd have to have money to be able to do that. But it'd be more fun than, you know, this. Not that these aren't gorgeous. What am I going to do with a house as a monument to my death? Pedestrian exit to Kelly Drive. Oh, cool. This is where the west section comes in. So we just did the whole east section. And now I gotta try to get west. Again, it's good that I'm doing this. I have to hike up a mountain next month. Let's see if I can see from here what I was looking for. We got about 18 minutes, T minus. If I can find it, we get it, we celebrate it, and then we're done. It looks way too big for me to find, but I will give it an earnest try. The receiving vault for the mausoleums. Dude, I would give tours here. I should check out and see if they're interested in an unlicensed tour guide who does his darndest. Isidore 11. I'm just kidding. Most tour guides in Philadelphia are unlicensed, except at like National Park Services. They must be licensed. So we're gonna keep going here. Now I think if I'm going to do an exercise style live, because this kind of wasn't a bad idea, all things considered, it's just I can only do lives like during the day pretty much. I wonder if like maybe I shouldn't change up my urbexes to be alive. I don't know. Because they were kind of doing well, they were kind of doing fun, they were easy to put together because there was no editing, just a couple of title cards, and I don't know. I'm gonna think about it today. But I'm glad I could get out. Let's take a look here. Alright. About 15 minutes left. William James Mullen. That's a good one. Again, I don't know the significance. It's a good one. And onward we press. I bet it's at the top, huh? Look at that thing. Let's go for the top. What the heck? We're already here. And up we go. By the way, this is terrible after you've been wandering this place on foot, and it's 77 acres. In case you're wondering, I will have to stop and take a breath. Just like that. And talk and do what have you. Alice Harold Lincoln. I don't know if there's any relation. By the way, it never seems like much until you're at the top. Alright. T-minus 14 minutes. An Oriole. Head over to it. See if we can make the peak. Ah, flew away. If I can't find what I'm looking for, maybe I can get the peak. Keep the eyes on the old markers at least. Yeah, see, filming location for Rocky Balboa and Creed. We got up there. So this is where the markers were. Oh, even my grammar's not working. That's where the markers were, overlooking kind of the river. All right. Let's see what else we got. I apologize for sniffing. I'm getting over a respiratory infection, and honestly, it's so cold. I would be sniffing anyway. Okay. General John Clifford Pemberton. Alright, see if we've got anything else. Oh, there's a marker down there. And hey, we got to the peak finally somewhere. Look at that. Let's pop on down, see what we have. Careful. See another marker on here, so see who we've got. Helena Schaaf Saunders. We live in deeds, not years. In thoughts, not breath. In feelings, not in figures on a dial. We should count time as the heart throbs. He most lives who thinks most. Feels the, I don't know what that says, acts the best. That's very nice. That is very good sentiment. Alright, we got 10 minutes left. Oh, I'm winging it, Kristen. Like, I saw what was available to me on the Wikipedia. I said, let's take a shot. But I figured this would be part of the adventure. Like, I've used it before. It's how I eventually found Lee Harvey Oswald. So, but back then I was on a mission. Today is about exercise. And we've already seen some awesome stuff. Like 2 movie locations. Here's a neat one. Okay. Sorry, I went to get a really cool shot of the river. Slipped on a stick. I'm okay. Also, many times in my experience, the coordinates are wrong. So, I mean, it's really hard to read a cemetery, though. I usually wing it. It's the journey. I should say it's the journey, not the destination. Spooky. So, we made it end to end, travelers. End to end of a 77-acre cemetery. I do have to get back to Jersey to my strange road trips there. Gotta plan that out. Alright, let's see here. The wind has calmed down, that's good. Got about 7 minutes. So, we're gonna start heading back. If we see it, great. If we don't, it was a blast. We should go to Jersey. We'll get it sorted out. So let me get a few things in order. Let's see here. We'll cut up the stairs. And shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. At least it's downhill. Cecil B. Moore homes. Cool. All the way, we're down below East Falls then. By the way, in addition to my appearance on the Fireside Chat on Florio's Phantom Files, along with KK, I will be recording a podcast with my old boss on Monday. When it's available, I will let you all know where it is. Okay. Blood good? Joseph Graham, back to the road. Got another little marker down there. Find out what that's about. It's starting to warm up now, finally. When I started, it was about 44 degrees. Now it feels like 47, maybe 48. And that's good for a lot of things. Let's see what we have over here. Mariana Longstreth. Nice big lot, whomever they were. Don't know off the top of my head. Alright. There's Ridge Avenue. Right into the city there. And we're going to keep on. Yep, that's where we were earlier. And it's so hard to figure out perspective, let alone anything else. Because like I don't see a way down, and I kind of have to go back to get to my car. That's what I was talking about. So we'll find a path down, and hope for the best. This is where all those stories about kids dying of fright in cemeteries comes from, by the way. This is why they recommend you don't do it after dark. I'm lost in the day. Yeah. So, can't blame them for closing it. Okay. So how do I get back over to you? Oh, there they are down there. Wait, what the hell is that? This is madness. Alright. Anyway, we're gonna head down the hill. And I might try this again. I could. And that's like I would slam into some marker, and that would be the end of both me and the marker. So, I'd rather not do that. Maybe I can make my own marker, some kind of fun slide or something. Make it interesting. Let's see here. Well, we found a path. A strange path, but a path no less. And we're gonna pop on down. Got about less than 2 minutes. So, there's Millionaire's Row down there. You can see in the distance. Head down the hill, pop back on over to the museum and gift shop. And yes, there's a gift shop. I'm not sure what's in it. Maybe I should buy something, but I don't know. Again, I might come back. We didn't find the grave I was looking for, so I'm not going to give it away until I find it. So, let's see here. Head back down. Thank you, Mary Smith. And we stunt walk all the way down here. Got about 30 seconds. I still don't see it, so I wanted to thank you all for coming, for placating me in this. At least we found something. And we will do this again. I want to at least do a live a week from here on out. It is going to be during the day. I'll try and experiment with days, but we'll get there. It's good to get out and do this again. As cold as it is, at least it's sunny and only a little windy. So once again, I am the Reverend Victor S. Johnson. Dudley's here, probably gone to sleep. Safe travels, travelers.